upper top side and take a look at that timing set. Alrighty then. Let's at least get this stuff kind of lined up. Alright, so now question is, how do I get that off? Alright, that works. I don't suppose I can just... Oh! I can. Success. Well, I'm going to leave that there for just a little bit because I got to break that one free, so same rules as before. I'm going to jam that in there. Okay, good. And I guess this guy is only here a little bit. Wasn't super tight. Okay. Get that guy off. And so I see some threads in there. So I'm going to try to grab my harmonic balancer puller / steering wheel puller device. Seems like the most appropriate tool for this. Oh, I nailed it first time. So sometimes something like this you can just drive a bolt all the way through and it hits the back side, but it's kind of sort of like some brake rotors go. But I'm not sure about that for this, and I know that this will work. Oh. That's like too easy. That was just done by hand. Just pull that until it comes off the Woodruff key. I got my shiny new one, straight from Amazon, because IPD was out of it. This is covered in a bunch of oil, so I'm going to go clean that off. So the oil is there for shipping, kind of like a grease to keep everything, keep it from rusting while it's sitting on a shelf somewhere. But it's not very, it's kind of sticky and kind of gross. So we want to get that off of there. I don't really have it. I know I've heard using that can help. What I need is a strap wrench, because I don't want to mar that. And this being a cheap one, doesn't have the extractors that this one has. So I can't just reposition it or tweak it from that. This, I think this one's going to take some doing. So I'll just keep going at it, and I'll give you some updates when I'm done. Okay, I'm back with some success. Well, a little bit of success, I guess. This guy has now jumped a tooth. But I got these guys together, sort of fudged some stuff, and then spun the crank. And now this guy is engaged on his woodruff key. This one is still loose, fortunately. So I'm going to pull him out. And we're going to continue tightening this guy on. And then I'm going to use the balancer to push it all the way. Alright. So that's now level. That. Let me grab the balancer. Wherever, there it is. The question is, nope, that's too big. So, then I'm going to have to do the thing that I shouldn't really be doing. Yeah, I don't like that I'm doing that. I'm not hitting it very hard because I don't want to hurt the thrust bearing. But I'm hitting it just hard enough to where, again, I don't really like what's going on. And so what I'm going to probably end up doing is first I got to figure out what that thread is. They make tools to press one of those guys on. It's usually just basically a piece of all thread with some dies. And actually, well, I may have found the most ridiculous solution. Some bits on either side of the washer just to take up the slack. And now I'm going to tighten it. Probably the goofiest way of doing it, but it seemed to work. The rest of that I'm just going to take care of when I put the balancer on. All right. Well, there we go. To my knowledge, those are the only two things that were wrong with this. Worn out bearings and exploded timing set. This one should hopefully last me a bit longer, seeing as it's, well, made of metal and not some sort of weird resin plastic thingy. So yeah, just going to put this bolt back on here for safekeeping. What I think we're going to do now is some better cleaning, degreasing of some of the other parts. Throw this thing together with some fresh gaskets, and then it'll be time to give her a coat of paint. Okay, everybody. So I got the engine flipped upside down again. Just stuck the oil pump back on. Got everything cleaned up. So rear main seal cover and timing cover. I did go ahead and replace the rear main seal and timing seal on these guys. It's pretty simple. Basically just pop this little guy out, and then there's like a felt seal. Kind of interesting, but I guess that's how they did it in the 60s. So stick that back in. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Success. So I'm going to probably want to saturate that with some oil on its way on. Got this all polished up, so that's nice. Just sanded it from 400 grit up to 2000 grit, and then used a buffing wheel and some compound on the drill press. So, it's what the old rear main seal looked like, and the stock front seal was split. So now I got that all together. It's going to be time to throw those on the engine. So we are going to start with the rear main seal, and I'm going to start by just putting a little bit of RTV on this. We don't want too much, but I'm a little wary of the sort of chintzy paper gaskets that I bought, so I want to make sure they're going to seal right. So that, we got our paper gasket. Stick that on there. Beauteous. So now we'll get a couple bolts in. Nice fit. Done. So now on to front cover. So same rule as before. I'm going to just sort of saturate this guy. It's going to be a while till this is really on. Because I know I'm not going to be probably not going to put the balancer on today. It's probably nice to moisten that first. Oh, nope, that's probably dirty. I want to do this all as clean as possible. Okay. So now, just like the other one, we are, get that in frame a little bit better. Kind of just do small dabs of the RTV. Now we have our gasket. It is an engine with oil. All right, there's that. It's pretty usual to want to put a little bit of silicone at these corners. Because those are spots where leaks can start. All right. Nice heavy-duty gasket. I'll lay that on top. I think this is the nicest part of this gasket set. Most of these gaskets are kind of crusty, but this one's nice and thick. All right, moment of truth. Finagle that over there and drop that on. And get a little looser. The important thing is to not over torque this, because then you can dimple the pan and then it will leak. And our goal is no leaks, or at least in this, because it's a car from the 60s, minimal leaks. But that should be it for now. It's going to clean up some stuff, and then we're going to mask things off, and it's going to be time to paint.
Identify the transmission when it transmitting speeds. Fascinating research was found by university led that research going into the experts who's warning about the impact that should be a few months ago, and now that you would give me and saying that maybe additional sanctions are needed. If you of course rejected these
Okay, paint's dry. there she is. Next thing we're going to do is go throw the manifolds on, clean that up a little bit, but throw the intake and exhaust manifold on and cleaning it a little bit. It's over there. So we'll stick that on and go from there. That's all for now, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.